What's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome to GHET-TO Sports, Sports Talk with Street Flavor. We was just going to talk about the G-Men getting a new head coach. Then all of a sudden, just a few minutes ago, the Bills fired their head coach. This is live. Hit me on TikTok and YouTube. Live, hit that go live button. We are talking about some coaches now. We was about to talk about the G-Men getting a new head coach. Okay? Harbaugh is now a Giant. But that's out of the blue over the weekend. Pats beat the Texans. CJ didn't have a great game. All right? The Bills lost to the Broncos in overtime. Controversy call. That was a catch. Controversy call, not an interception. But that led to the firing of the Bills head coach after 9 seasons. After taking his team division champs for 7 or 6 years in a row. Lose it this year to the Pats. Lose the division to the Pats. Okay? Pats is in the championship game, and their coach has been fired. Okay? They said that this was the road for the Bills to get to the Super Bowl. Patrick wasn't there. Lamar wasn't there. Burrow wasn't there. You had a bunch of second-year quarterbacks there or unproven quarterbacks, and you got bounced. That's the question. The Bills, after the Giants and the Falcons hired their coach, the Bills are looking for a head coach. Everybody thought it might have been Green Bay that's going to be doing something with their coach. And guess what happened? They extended him. Now, the Bills are on the market, along with Pittsburgh on the market, along with Cleveland still on the market. Miami still on the market. Cleveland still on the market. Raiders still on the market. Tennessee still on the market for a head coach. Now we add in the Bills. Is that a job that everybody wants? You have a good defense. You have a quarterback. You have a running game. Need some mind change at the top. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. It was some great games over the weekend. Great games. Broncos don't like their head. I don't like their head coach, but they won against the Bills. Their quarterback broke their ankle. Ankle broke. Got it. Stidham started in the championship game. That's going to be very interesting. That's going to be very interesting going forward. Pats, second-year quarterback, defense wins championship. Remember that. Defense wins championships. Let's see what the Pats can do. Oh, what you saying, George? Oh, he deserved to get fired. Oh, my God. No, he did. No, he did. That call, the same call happened in the Bears game, I believe? Guy hit the ball, hit the ground, simultaneously, they gave it to the offense. This time, with the Bills, they gave it to Denver. Home court advantage. I'm not saying that. Refs, I'm not saying that. But we see what happens. We will see what happens going forward. I was going to talk about these G-men right here getting a new head coach. What would it look like? Can they do it like the Pats do it? Went from worst to first in their division and see what goes on. That's what we was going to talk about today. But firing your head coach after a playoff loss. Damn! My condolences go out to the Care Bears and the Care Bear fans. Y'all tried. Y'all had a good season this year, but y'all took the L last night. Rams. Ooh, that veteran team of the Rams. Ooh, look like they could be problems. Can Seattle, who won, tore the doors off the 49ers. Tore the doors off the 49ers. Can Seattle beat LA? It went down to the stretch. Remember last time they played, they was down, came back in the second half, and won that game. You can't do that in the championship game. You can't go down that far and try to come back. Okay? You can't. We will see what happens in this championship game with the Seattle and the Rams. Rams is a veteran team. They know how to win. They know how to play. Sam Darnold still got ghosts that's chasing him. Let's see what's going to happen to Sam in the championship game. You're home court advantage. Let's see, Sam, can you do it? Now we got the Patriots playing against Stidham that haven't played all year, coming off the bench to play them. But he is still at Mile High. Let's see what happens there. It's going to be 2 great games this coming weekend. We will see what happens. Then, like I said, coaches, the Falcons has hired a new head coach. They hired Ryan to be their president of operations. Then he goes and hires Stefanski. Everyone's saying, what? Even though he was 2-time coach of the year, is he a good fit for the Falcons? Falcon fans are going crazy right now. They don't know what to do. Stefanski is the Falcons' new head coach. Depends on who he's going to have around him and who's going to be your starting quarterback going into next season. That's the question, Falcon fans. Is Cousins still going to be there? Is Penix going to be ready for the start of the season? That's the question. We will see. Okay? Now, getting back to my G-men right here. With a new head coach, Harbaugh is now the head coach. Okay? Supposed to have the brains, the skills, the mindset to get the Giants over the top. But will that happen? Because you still need an offense coordinator, special teams coach. Who's going to be your coaches? Are you bringing back your guys from Baltimore to New York? Remember, in those years of Baltimore, you had a 2-time MVP and didn't get to the Super Bowl. What's going to happen? What you said, Nat? Nat's on TikTok. What you said? He don't care. He didn't like Buffalo anyway. He deserved to get fired. Nat can't say that. Man, can't say that. Man. Not just, see, when the head coach get fired, all their assistants get fired. You know, that's a staff. You know, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, everybody gets fired. Okay? Not just the head coach. Everybody gets fired. Okay? You know, that's a lot of people. A lot of mouths to feed. You got to remember that, people. Not just one person get fired. Their whole staff is let go. Okay? Their whole staff is let go. Got to remember that. Okay? But who do we like going forward? Who is your Super Bowl pick now? Now, everybody's saying the Pats could be the Super Bowl pick in the AFC because Denver quarterback broke their ankle. Okay? Everyone's leaning towards the Rams because Sam Darnold's still not proven. Okay? Could be the Pats and the Rams. And that was a Super Bowl a couple of years ago, won by the Pats. Okay, we have Seattle and the Pats. That's a Super Bowl a couple of years ago, won by the Pats. Okay? What are we going to see in the next 3 weeks in the Super Bowl? That's the question. Okay? Oh, happy King's Day. Okay? Happy King's Day. Please reflect, relax, and move on. Let's see what you can do. Okay? Always remember. Okay? All right? So, what's going on next? What is your team going to do? Who do you like? That's the question. What head coach will get hired next? Okay? Who are the Bills going to pick up? Who are the Raiders going to pick up? I forgot about Arizona. Arizona's still out there. Who are they going to pick up? What you said? Who's that? John? John's a Bears fan. He's still crying. Oh, it's cold in Chicago. Okay? Tears, it's not tears, it's icicles running down people's faces. It was cold in Chicago last night. But they lost. They had a great season, though. They had something to build on. Okay? Remember, they went from worst to first in their division. Big up Chicago. You know, no one thought they was going to do all this, and they did. Okay? You know, that's just icing on the cake they got this year. Let's see what happens next year as they build. Carolina, they're going to build. Okay? Pats are building. Denver are building. None of these teams was there last year. Seattle, building. None of these teams that playing in the Final Four was in the Final Four last year. So let's see what happens this year.